Hey guys, I thought it would be a cool idea to do a kind of let's play of both sides of the story. Now, these sides of the stories have been dubbed the real and the virtual, just for your reference. So this is the real side of the story. The events leading up to this side of the story are that essentially Jay has become the leader of the Hunters, the Justica Guild, and they look to extinguish all of the Silic AI. The reasons for this are essentially the Silic AI are recycled people. Their leader takes them from the real world and from the game world and recycles them into digital people that, according to their leader, do not have any of the frailties and any of the kind of negative aspects of humans. Whether that's true remains to be seen. That's up to you to decide, really. So welcome to the city of Angelus. If you're playing the demo, you will see that all of the characters have now got the completely new 1.5 tile high character artwork. I will be working through and replacing some of the faces, however a lot of the non-main characters won't have character portraits. The cost of doing this, the cost of replacing all of these would be very, very high because there are a lot of characters in the game and I wouldn't want to have to omit characters on the basis that we don't have the artwork for them, because at the end of the day the gameplay comes first. So the EPT rep here, EPT are it stands for Everyone Plays Together, and it's the company that originally made Online World. This character here is just explaining that they dropped a virus into the game to stop it from running, drop the servers, but the game just carried on running. And then all of a sudden the EPT bosses came forward and said, well, just carry on as things were. So as you can see, the vast majority of the artwork, tile set artwork, is non-runtime package, so it's a lot of it doesn't come with the engine. We're working to replace the vast majority of that. However, it's not an ugly tile set. It doesn't take anything away from the game, but hopefully all of the custom assets will help to give a uniqueness to the game. I did also notice that it was raining inside the inn there. Obviously that will be fixed. So let's head off to the first dungeon. Now this is the first dungeon in the game. It's the Jurassica dungeon. I'm not sure whether it'll be raining in the final version. That's just something that's been left in there. One of the main features of the game that you may or may not have come across is the dual wielding. Every single character can dual wield as long as they have access to a light weapon. You can hold another light or a heavy weapon in the other hand, so you could hold, let's say, a short sword and a great sword, which helps to give you a kind of you'll get additional passive bonuses, you'll get additional attacks, so it's fun all round. So let's head into battle. The first thing you may notice here is that the monster has a slight animation. It's like a breathing animation. All monsters will have their own little animations like this. Complete animation for the monsters, like mouth moving up and down and stuff like that. That's kind of outside of the realm of the funding that we have available. And it's also kind of a non-issue, really. It wouldn't bring anything massive to the game, so we'll leave it as is for the time being. One of the core features we're kind of aiming for is for every single battle to feel like it could change at a moment's notice. So there will be surprise skills that some of the monsters will have. Even if you've faced that monster several times before, it may surprise you with a new skill or a new tactic that you'll have to do something about. So the idea is that you're going to have to pay attention to what it is you're doing. There's no battle fodder. You can't just head into battle and just keep striking at the enemy until they fall down. This is one of the things that we've been told we achieved with initiation, so we're hoping to expand on what we achieved there. Okay, so let's head on over to the virtual side of the game. Now, there's going to be a big difference between the real and the virtual sides. In the real side, there's going to be lots of kind of mini games and less serious things to do, whereas in the virtual side, life is about survival. Life is quite desperate. The Silic AI are being hunted by both the Viralea and the hunters from Online World. So that'll be reflected in both the plot and the gameplay. So this is the introduction here. As you can see, these characters have both got custom face sets now, which is quite cool. Now this scene actually takes place 3 years prior to the beginning of Corruption, so the end of Initiation, sorry. And this character, Jacques here, he came to the Digiplane in order to save somebody's life, a former girlfriend of his, I would suppose, but she spurned him because she did not believe that the end justifies the means, which is unfortunate, and then he goes and hurls himself off the edge of a platform. So this is the actual beginning of Corruption. It's stated that Jay has risen to the ranks of Commander. As an old human, as a former flesh being, he actually has lots of good qualities that really help in the commanding of forces that the Silic AI don't have, such as rage and passion. Commadre is also a former flesh being. She's also a former human who is integrated into the Digiplane. And if you want to expand on that a little, I do recommend playing through Initiation. If you can put up with the graphics, it's quite an achievement for the engine, I would say. So Jay changes into costume, which is the mask you can see there, and heads off into the field. One of the other differences between the worlds is that the game world is dungeon based, so every single dungeon is completely unique. We're working on a toy chest tile set that you might have seen in one of the updates, which is really, really cool, and is an idea that I've wanted to pursue. So if you want to play Toy Story in Data Hacker, go ahead. Whereas the Digiplane is set out into a series of fields, which are interconnected areas rather than porting. There are different areas, however, they're colour coded, and you also have the wild zones, which are extremely tough places to live. In fact, I would say probably nobody really wants to live there because it's just such a savage place. Obviously that's kind of endgame stuff that'll be blocked off until much later. Now this is a good example of the kind of level of difficulty that we're going for in the game. I do intend to increase your stores of medicine at the beginning of the game, and if you've played through the demo you'll notice that the characters are lacking some of the skills that they probably should start with. Now the thing with these guys is one of them is a tactical monster who tethers the data stream, and the other one unleashes the power. So if you can destroy one of them before they unleash that power, then you can avoid that very powerful attack. Now at the moment there are over 50 different class archetypes, some of which are more difficult to come across, some of which you will have to mature from base classes, such as the warrior can mature into the knight can mature into the cleric of the sword, or the noir knight, which is a dark knight of sorts. There's various different character paths. I'm also planning on implementing a few more character classes, such as the brawler, which is barehand fighter. There is another one as well that I'm going to keep a secret for now. So hopefully this has given you a good idea of the game mechanics and how it plays out. There's so much more that's going to be going into the game, but I don't want to put it all up on a plate for you. I want you to find it out for yourself. So that's it for now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little let's play of the game. If you do want me to do any more as we progress with the game, by all means let me know and I'll see what I can do for you.